There are some people who want to call themselves digging up dirt on people because they disagree with the points that they present in videos and they disagree with the views that you present in a video. And one of the ways they try to dig up dirt on people to try to smear them and try to discredit them is to go into the history part of the videos they have watched here on YouTube. And I've had some people, try to go into my history section where they see all of these goth videos that I watch and try to say that I have a preference for white women. This is not the case at all. As anyone knows, I just wrote the novel Spinsterella, which was about a African American goth character. And one of the reasons why I watched so many goth videos was because I was doing research on the goth subculture, and I was trying to get all the details to be as accurate as possible for Spinsterella and making sure that the story was the best possible. It is no different than when I was doing research on sororities for the Thetas in from 2011 to 2013. Whenever I'm writing a story, I want to make sure that the details are as accurate as possible so that my readers have the best reading experience possible. I want them to be able to immerse themselves into the culture, into the experience, and have the best reading experience they ever had. I want them to come out of the experience learning a little bit more about something than they did coming in. So when I watch something like a goth video, that's one of the reasons why I'm sitting there watching so many goth videos. Spinsterella, I believe, had one of the most balanced views of the goth subculture, and I wanted to make the most positive portrayal of goths in this novel. Um, Same thing that I did for sororities with the Thetas, and a lot of people read the Thetas and said it was one of the best books on sororities out there. Um, it is not about me having some sort of preference for white women. I have watched goth videos featuring not only white women, but women from New Zealand, women from Ireland, women from what was the there's another country, Australia, women from Canada, women from the U.S. I've even watched videos with black goths, and I've watched videos with biracial goths because the Matilda character is actually a biracial character. I wanted to show the best of the whole goth subculture, and I wanted people to come to the best and clear understanding about the goth subculture. I have no preference for white women. I have a preference for presenting information that is accurate and presenting the best quality and the most entertaining story possible. And I'm still doing research on the goth subculture, and I'm also a big fan of the goth subculture. So I'm very passionate about the goth subculture and the people in the goth subculture. I love that subculture a lot, and I want to put the best image of it forward. And I like it so much that I actually am planning a young adult novel for tweens and teens featuring the Matilda character right now. And I'm trying to, do the rough sketches and the rough outline for it because I want tweens and teens who are darkly inclined to understand that, they are great and this subculture is great. And I want them to feel encouraged, to continue being a part of it or to come into it because I hear a lot of stories about baby bats and how they often have a lot of people treating them badly about their negative about not and think treating them badly and disrespecting them. And I really want to present the most positive story about the goth subculture, about Matilda's early years, when she was in high school and when she decided to begin decided to but decided her baby bat years and the things that she did in the beginning, and how she met other goths. And I wanted to tell that story, and that's a story that I'm planning to write soon. I'm just laying it out right now because I really believe that there is a market for a young adult teen novel about a goth in the baby bat days and the things that they have to learn and the people who support them, and how and the things that they struggle with parents and family. And this is a story that really means a lot to me, and I want to really put a positive picture of it out there so that kids out there who want to be a part of the goth subculture, have a story that they can relate to and identify with, and they can see something that appeals to them and tells their story. And the best way I feel to tell that story is to listen to other people's stories, because it's very hard for me to get information, hard to even meet people in the goth subculture here in New York. So I have to watch the videos, and the videos are very informative, they're very helpful, and I really like the people who make the videos. I enjoy watching their videos. Um, and that's what it is. I really like that subculture. I like everything about it. So there is no "I like white women" thing going on here. Again, I've watched goths of all races, all cultures, and I have learned so much in the last year. It's not even funny, from watching people all over the world. That's how much they have helped me come to understand the goth subculture and what it's about. And that's what I'm doing when I watch these videos. I'm doing research because I want to follow up, you know, what was so great about Spinsterella and the Matilda character with a new young adult novel for tweens and teens, where I tell the story of Matilda's baby bat years and her time and what helps her and the people who help her, become the person that she's going to be. It's no different than what I was doing with the Thetas and the Colleen character, because in this story, the Colleen character joins a sorority, and during her time with the sorority, she becomes the person that the adult that that she is today, and that's what I'm going to do with the Spinsterella prequel, to show how the baby bat years of Matilda Crowley lead to her becoming the Spinsterella of today. It's a character transformation process that I wanted to show, going over the period of this story. And I believe it's a great story to see, because a lot of people, they think that a person just decides one day to just become a goth, and that's not the case at all. A lot of people, they live on the dark side of life, and they just find people that they have things in common with. And a lot of times during this journey where they find people that they find things in common with, they often have to butt heads with bullies, family members, and even parents who don't understand, that this is part of this person's identity, this is part of their way of life, and this is something that they just feel comfortable with. And that's what I'm going to try to tell in the Spinsterella prequel. And when I watch goth videos, it's because I'm doing research so that I can tell the best story possible. I want people to come out of this YA book the same way they came out of the Thetas and Spinsterella, learning something. Because in the Thetas, people learned a lot about sororities and sorority life, and in Spinsterella, people came out of it learning a little bit about the goth subculture and people who are goth, and they came out of it from that reading experience a lot richer, and learning a bit more about culture. And I feel if you come out of a book learning something, you have really grown and you've come to understand things, and you're going to come at things differently. So I want to give people the best reading experience possible. This is not about me putting one race over the other or pursuing white women. This is about me creating the best stories possible, because I want my readers to have the best reading experiences possible. So that's why I go out and try to do research to make my stories as accurate as possible. And if any goths out there want to talk about their baby bat years, please feel free to put it in the comments section, because every little bit of information I get is going to help me make this prequel be the best it can be. I really want people to come out of this, book with an experience that they can relate to and identify with, and that a story that not only entertains but educates you a bit more about things. And I want people to come out of it, understanding that goths are people too, and that people who are different, they are human and they deserve to be treated with the same respect as anyone else. And people need to learn how to value people for who they are based on the content of their character, not the way they dress or how they appear. Because that's one of the things I learned about watching all these goth videos, is that I learned how great Goths were. I mean, I knew how great they were before I started watching the videos, but watching them reinforced it, and I saw a lot of positive stuff in it. And I want to continue to, promote what's positive about the Goth subculture with people. In the Spencerella prequel, where I talk about her baby vat years, or her baby, or the year, for the first year. I mean, I'm still working on the outline here, and I want the story to be the best it can possibly be, and that's why I continue to watch the videos. I love goth subculture. I love the video. I love watching the videos of people like Drac Makins and Toxic Tears and Black Friday, um, and Rachel Shade and many others. I enjoy watching their content, um, and I really want to, tell this story so that kids don't feel bad or feel, stressed out about being different, because being different is what makes people great and what makes us stand out, you know, makes us unique, and we should be proud of being unique, because that's one of the things I like about goths, is that they have the confidence to be themselves, and they have the strength of character to stand up and be themselves regardless of all the people who are standing against them, and that's what makes them, truly great people in my eyes. And I'm hoping to get this Spencerella prequel in the first draft, maybe by the end of this year or early next year, if I ever get things together with the outline. We'll see what goes on, but that's what I do when I'm watching goth videos. Not only doing research, but I also enjoy watching them. So that's the big reason why I watch them. And I'm hoping that more people watch goth videos, because that's going to help you learn about the subculture, learn how great the people are, and learn a little bit more about people outside of your culture and your way of life. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.